What's up, everybody? It's time! Let's talk stocks! I'm telling you, I am going to get the perfect beginning. I just gotta kind of situate myself, just think about it. Just think about it. In my earlier videos, I had my, it kind of just came off the top of my head, and I actually like it, but I forgot what I said. So anyway, we here, actually on time, 11 o'clock, let's talk stocks, and the market is ripping. The market is ripping today. Look at this. I was just checking it out. Jobs surge in April. The rate falls to the lowest since 1969. That is crazy. 3.6% unemployment rate. Now, that's a good thing. I'm not a fan of Trump, okay? And, I tell my fellow Dems that with nothing with statistics like this, it's going to be hard to vote him out. He got in on nothing. Now he's got a little ammo, and it's going to be hard to vote him out. Anyway, I digress. I don't want to turn it into a political thing, but I mean that's pretty good. Now let's see if we can get rid of the deficit. So, yeah, get over here. CNBC. This is one of my favorite sites. So yeah, the Dow's up 126 points, S&P 20, and the NASDAQ 1.17% at $94. And guess what's ripping? Guess what's really pulling that chart? What I was telling you all the time. Oh, that's my girl. Yeah, I was telling her I go live so she doesn't call me on the live. And she said, okay, babe. Anyway, like I was telling you all the time, Amazon is ripping. I was gonna start with the Russell, but let's go to Amazon. I've been telling you this, I actually got shaken out. I took some losses on Amazon today. As much as I pumped it, as much as I like it, I should say. I didn't necessarily pump it, but I just should have seen it. It was just seeming very weak. You see how we got these three, what am I looking at, the days down. It was just going, it just couldn't hold its value. And then boom, it pops back up. And I should have seen it, because I'm telling you, you just got to go back and look at these patterns. And I even got the lines drawn. I drew this already. And it's like 1, 2 up, 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, right? So it's going to go sideways again, or I don't know. Reason why it's ripping, because Warren Buffett said, hey, we're buying Amazon. He said he didn't actually buy Amazon, but somebody in his office, Berkshire Hathaway, they buying Amazon. So the stock is up right now 60 points, 3.19%. And when Warren Buffett says something, I was short. I was sold calls. And I was thinking about it, by the way, about when I talk, I think I'm talking too advanced and I got to slow it down. So I'm going to start saying a little bit more what I'm doing. So anyway, I was selling calls, meaning I was saying, what is that? We had 1961. I sold the 1975s, the 1985s, basically saying that I don't think the stock is going to go over 1985. At the time I did that, it was 1900. So I did it like way up here. Let me draw you a line. Like somewhere right here. It's not super accurate. And then the stock was way down here. It was way down here. And I was like, oh man, it's a good trade. Anyway, blew up, went up 40. I got out of it immediately, because I know from past tense or from past situations, when Warren Buffett says he's buying something like Apple or whatever, the stock goes up for days. It's like it's a multi-day event. And I don't know why he just got it like that. Another person that's got it like that is Oprah. I remember when she said she bought Weight Watchers, or she's going to be running 8 Weight Watchers or whatever, the spokesman in the face. That stock doubled. Didn't double overnight, but it doubled within a few weeks or a month. It was insane. Warren Buffett, same thing. He came in and said he bought Apple at 175. I remember it was 175. The thing went up straight up to 230 from that point. Not in a straight line, but it was just nonstop. And then what? It went down to 130. right? Over that December 24th low, I think it was 130. So he wasn't the greatest investor. He got in at 175. And I was saying to myself, damn, Warren's taking a big hit on this. And I know he's not selling. But for some reason, I didn't buy Apple, and that was the perfect thing. I mean, and it's funny because if you follow Warren Buffett, he says he doesn't buy things he understands. He generally doesn't buy tech companies. Now he bought Apple and he bought Amazon, so those are going to be in a Berkshire Hathaway kind of umbrella. Anyway, so that's Amazon, and I want to talk about the rut. I do the same things all the time because this is what's moving. This is what's ready to pop, and I focus on it. I focus. Laser beam. Cashmatic, what's up? Anyway, so I can't even speak. I do this live and I struggle. I'm not the greatest. I'm not even great. I've been trading for over 20 years. I never talked it. It was always in my head. I didn't, it was just me. I didn't even want people to know I'm trading. That's another show for itself. But, because you're afraid to say, hey man, I'm taking losses. Or and even the gains, you feel good. Anyway, that's a different story. We got to talk about that and how open are you. And that's why I'm doing these videos. I want to put it out there. And it's for myself. And hey, join along. NVIDIA, AMD, sure thing. We'll talk about them chips. I don't like them because I think I spoke about them the other day, but they volatile. But when the market is running, man, them chip stocks be running. Real quick on the rut, and then we'll check that out. Just look at it. I mean, my favorite line, put a cup in a plate on it. Look at that consolidate. Look at the squeeze right here. These are the two Bollinger Bands. Look how narrow they are right at the end. Now, this is a daily chart. It goes back the way I got it zoomed in all the way to January. Look how narrow they are. They're the narrowest ever, and you see it's about to break out. And soon if it can clear this bar, because this line is not necessarily on it, if we can get a new high, not a 52-week high, a recent high over this. Let me see, is this the highest bar? This clears the way. And then that volatility is going to start to expand. And it's going to blow high. It's going to rocket. It's going to be a big, big green bar. Okay? Come mark my word. And that's if it goes up. It could also be a big green bar on the downside. All right, so that's why I bring this up every day. And I am short trading the rut. This is the Russell 2000. It's the index. If you want the ETF for that, it's the IWM. And you see it's the same thing. And I do believe, all trend lines are moving higher. Good consolidation. It's in a volatility squeeze. As soon as that thing starts to expand, it's going to blow higher. And maybe this is what takes the market to an all-time high. I want to talk about, you ever heard of the expression sell in May and go away? Yes. Yeah. Emotional roller coaster. You got that right. Especially if you got a lot of money on the line. It's like the more money you got on the line, the closer you are in the front seat of that roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so... this was gonna, sell in May and go away. Just real quick. Doesn't mean May 1st. That's actually the end of May. And that's where the media puts all it out there. And May is generally a good month. It's a good month to be investing. So maybe this takes us to the high, right? It takes us to the high. Everybody's feeling good. And I'm all over the place because I should have talked about the news a little bit longer, because 3.6, the new unemployment rate, it's funny because in the downturn, when the market was just going down, they was like, oh no, the Fed, he said he's not going to lower rates. And it's like, what? And so the market's going down. That's what they tell you. So what happens? It's a great jobs report. Now we know the Fed is definitely not going to lower rates and the market is booming. To sum it up, don't listen to what you hear on the radio. Every time the market goes down, they got to find a reason for it. You know what the reason? I'm going to tell you the reason for the market going down. Remember I was telling you I want to short this thing? Why was the market going down? Oh, is this why? Because it was a double top? Is that why? Because we just hit a big level of resistance? But when it goes down in history, they got to find an excuse. Oh, the Fed The Fed said he's not going to lower interest rate. Why would he lower interest rates into the economy is kind of booming? I get it. I'm not an economist. A lot of things is going on in the world, but why here in the United States it's doing all right, and basically, this is why. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that because you don't want me to talk economy because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I got the gist. I just can't relay it. But this is it. This is the reason why the market went down. And you see right here, I got my wrong thing on. If you see right here when you zoom in and boom, it hits it. Right? Hit it to the T. To the T. Comes down and then it's going to make another attempt. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it does every time. So the news, they're going to give you some reason, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm lost. Let's talk about, let's see what's happening with these chip stocks. First, I'm going to bring up the SMH, right? That is the ETF for the semiconductors. Look, I'm looking at it. The stochastic is it's turning up. That's what I like, and I also like the expansion. That's why this is my favorite indicator down here. That all trend lines is up. It looks good, but it doesn't look like today. Today the market is ripping, and this thing is up 0.73. I don't know. It just looks weak, but it's going up. It looks higher. All right, so that's that, and let's compare that to Nvidia. Yeah, it looks even weaker, right? Then it looks like it's breaking down. Look at that moving average crossover right there. So this might actually, coming into this resistance right here, might actually be a time to short it. Okay, so we have a crossover coming up to resistance and to short it. I don't see this actually busting through. That's just the way I'm seeing it. I'm not no technical analyst. It's just what I would do. AMD. I like AMD a lot better because I see consolidation. Remember I was just told, look at the squeeze right there. So AMD has been going up, and this big red bar is being rejected right now. It didn't go over the high of that, but it's trying. Volume is good. It's not as good as that red bar, but it's picking up. I like this a lot better. It's not going down. It's actually consolidating. So AMD. Yeah, I like AMD here. But I don't like the chips in general because look at these gaps. Gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down. It's crazy. I can't stomach that. I just can't. I need something a little bit smoother, a little bit more beta. What is it? Or a low beta, I should say. And this thing is all over the place. But look at that consolidation. This is something powerful is about to happen in the semiconductors, or at least AMD. Let's put it that way, because look at how. When's the last time you seen it this consolidated? It's been a while. Like I said, so when you see this, it's always a strong move once it breaks out of there, up or down. But since it's going up, right, from the lower left to the upper right, it should continue to do that. So what do you think about that, Cashmatic? What do you think? You think this is which one are you liking the most? Nvidia, I don't know. And that's first glance. Yeah, this one just looks weak. It looks like it wants to downturn. I'm not liking it. Let me look at the weekly because, I don't even know why I'm looking at the daily. Yeah, look at that bar. Look at last week's bar. Look at that. And on slightly larger volume, so today is the end of the week on this one. And I don't know. I don't think I like it. We got that first bar until it crosses there. Then I'm like, okay, then we got something to look at. But it's got to get through there. It's actually got to get through that first one as well. I'm not drawing it. It's got to get through that one as well. Maybe this low right there. That's a bad line. But yeah, let's let it clear all of those hurdles. And where's that level at? 192.81, 193.47. Yeah, let's just call it 190. 194. 194. Let's come back. Let's see what's happened to it. Let's create an alert. Matter above 194. I put Cashmatic. Anyway, so and then I'll come back to it. And that's one of the things create alerts for stuff. You don't even have to like look at it. Let the computer tell you, hey, it's time to look at this thing again. And then come back and check it out. So anyway, Amazon, Chipotle. I'm still talking about thanks for giving me those stocks to look at, because I just talk about the same ones. I showed you I just stick with the ones that make me money. I had a good you like AMD? Yeah. I added the two charts, and I'm just looking at charts. I had no idea what they reported. Right, so I looked at the whole sector in general, but AMD was the strongest out of the whole sector and everything. So that's the one I would stick with. And Intel, by the way, I just had a bad earnings report. Look at that thing. So what's happening, it's Intel or AMD here, right? The money is probably coming out of Intel and going into AMD, because that's the people that want to stay in this sector, in this little, right? You say, all right, I'm selling. That's it. I had enough Intel. And you buy AMD. And that's probably what's happening. Look at that. And I think this is why the sector is weak in general. This is the culprit. This one. So you can see I stay up on it a little bit. And this is why, this thing was just moving right along. It just had a breakout. And then boom. And that's why it's going down hard, because anytime you have a breakout, man, look, it closed above. It was a new 52-week high, and then boom, it goes hard the other way, right? So don't be surprised if it comes way down to here, because that's what happens when I talked about it before, when things are supposed to happen, like a breakout or a cup and handle or one of those popular formations, head and shoulders. It doesn't happen where it looks like it's happening, the breakout's happening, and boom, it goes hard the other way. And this caught everybody by surprise. Anyway, so I think the money is leaving there and going into AMD. And I think this will probably, see all this congestion right here in Intel, right? This is where the buyers are. I'm trying to draw. Why can't I draw? There we go. Boom. That's where the buyers are. So it's going to come in this area, this range, and then possibly settle down. And maybe that's a good place to take a shot. I tell you what, it's not going to get up to that new high anytime soon. Look at that. I mean, look at this. Just Chop City. Just Chop City. Look at I'm looking at the monthly. This is not a daily average. Look at what is that, my 50, this would be the 50-week, moving average. There's a monthly. The 50-month moving average. Then you see how it was pulling away, so basically, it was kind of hanging out on it, right? Every dip was coming down to it, and it's kind of pulling away. But now, who knows? Maybe it goes. Nah, I can't see it going way down there. But it has a lot of room to fall. Let's put it that way. And it's the same thing with Google. Google did the exact same thing. I'm totally disappointed in Google. It's not a bad day today, though. And it was here. Let me go back to that weekly, right? And look, the same thing. And this is what made me think that the market is actually topping. But we have a day like this, and boom, it's ripping. And it's like, so it's a stock picker's market. Some stocks is working. Some stocks have good, like you just said, AMD, they in the same thing. AMD, great earnings report. Intel's a sucky earnings report. It's like a stock picker's market. It's not even all boats raise the, you know what I'm trying to say. So therefore, like, you had Facebook did good, Twitter, Amazon, I think Netflix, sucked. Anyway, what was I getting at? And then Google sucks. You know what I mean? And they almost in the same thing. So Facebook and Twitter was good. Google sucked. Maybe people are advertising. I don't know. I don't follow the earnings that way. I just kind of get the basically the headline. So look at Google doing the same thing, and I think some people are like, oh, the 1150. I don't know. I don't know, man. Google, look what happened over here. It just every time it disappoints, it always seems to find a low. Like, look, it hits the low end of that Bollinger Band, and look where it is now. Right? I think it's going down there. I don't. It'll be nice if it can hold up here, but every time it checks back, it goes down to the other end of that Bollinger Band, and so we'll see. Look through that 50, through it, and so I'm thinking down here somewhere. There's that 1050, and that's my thing. Tesla going up. Hey, I put a short on Tesla today. Today. Let me see the daily. Just one. I didn't go big on it, and it was a 45-day. What is it? Oh, this thing. Nice. Okay. Okay. It's still moving up. I put it on at 250. It's $5 higher. Wow. Now this could be the other way around, where it's the fake breakdown and the hard move to the upside. You just flip that Google chart around, flip that Intel chart around, and when things don't do what they're supposed to do, it's hard the other way. So this could be the same thing, but you see how I got two lines here, that it broke down and came right back into the range. So I put a short. I sold the 260. No, what did I do? I think it's in here. Did I do it here? Yeah, there it is. And I even had a test here. I sold the 260, 265. So I sold it for $202. So I lose 298 and make 202, 45 days out or so. So yeah, I'm thinking it hits this area and then they just kind of give up on it again. I think this is the check back. If it's not, if it keeps going higher, this thing is just it's gonna keep blasting off. I feel maybe up to 300 or whatever, and it's just my experience on when stock patterns don't go the way it's just hard the other way. So I just totally guessed that. I know it has a lot of resistance around that 290 area, and that's where it may go. I don't think it's gonna. If it don't hover here and break down, it's gonna just go up. It's just going up to the next resistance, and then everybody's gonna be peeling off. You know how many people went short here? Look at the volume going up. People's just they don't have no faith in Tesla all of a sudden, and they did that capital raise where they selling stock $2 billion worth, and Elon Musk is even gonna buy some, and and maybe that's the life. That's the life going back into Tesla, but. I don't know. I really like I like the cars. I like what they're doing. I don't know. And see, I think one of the big things is the government was giving you a huge discount to buy these cars. That discount is gone. So I think if I had to guess, I think that's what's going on. So not many people is excited to run and get a Tesla. Also, it has a lot of competition coming on board now. I think nobody's going to beat the Tesla. I mean, that car is sweet. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, I want one so bad. And I don't think no car is going to beat that. And I forgot. I lost my train of thought. So anyway, maybe that's why. Those are maybe the reasons why. And the thing needs a lot of money. It's losing money. Why? I don't know. I don't know all that stuff. But yeah, watch that check back. You generally on a breakdown, it don't just continue down. It don't just go straight down. I got the wrong thing on. That's true. It doesn't just go straight down like this. It's usually some kind of check back, right? And then you get the down. So that's what I think this may be. Anyway, but yeah, I like the move. And I thought, after that monthly closed below, right? I thought this would be good, but I waited for it to get back up there. So I put the short on today. And sure enough, it's already $5 higher than that. Wow, that's people getting out. That's people just getting out of the position. That like me, they shorted it. It's like, oh no, it's still going on back. I'm gonna buy it back. This thing has huge short ratio. Let's look it up. Finviz, man. I get all this good stuff from Finviz. Let's look up the short ratio in this thing. 25.83% of the float is short. So when that thing starts going up, 25% of all the shares need to be bought back. Those people are going to be losing money. 25%, a quarter of a quarter of all the shares, right, of the float that's out there to trade. So that gives it momentum, because for them to close their positions, they have to buy it back. Okay, they sold it first, hoping to buy it back at a lower price, but since it's going higher, they're losing money, and it forces them to buy it back at a higher price to get out of the position. And that's what gives you the momentum. Not only have shorts buying it back at higher prices, you have new buyers getting in, and it just slowly takes off. And that's what they call a short squeeze. They get squeezed. Look at all the downgrades. It's just the last Evercore ISI, Wedbush, Wolf Research, 365 to 275. It's already below that. What is it? Yeah, I always say weird when they do that. You downgraded it, and your low end is higher than what it is today. So shouldn't that be an upgrade? I don't know. Tesla boosts capital raise to $2.7 billion. Musk buys more stock. Now remember, these guys got billions and billions of dollars. So if they buy more stock, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, unless he just bought a whole shitload of stock. Anyway, look at all of the sales. Where's the buys? Way down here. Elon Musk, the last time he bought was June 13th last year. He bought $33 million twice, the 12th and the 13th. He bought $66 million. But when you have like $1 billion, and I don't know how much he has, that's 1,000 millions. So that's nothing, That's like let me see. That's like you have $1,000, right? And you spend $66. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like, God, it's nothing. There's plenty more that came from. So I don't look at it as taking it that serious, because it's I think they do that to get people. You want to see a continuation, basically. And that's cool that he bought here. It looks like, he bought here too, another $33 million. And if he's going to buy some more, I can't wait to see it pop up here to see what he actually buys. So he has to file. He can't just be buying stock. Anyway, where are we? So that was that. Let me see something. Trades. Trying to see what I did today. I be trading a lot. Monitor. Look, Phil, I only did 4 trades today. Okay. I sold some Facebook, and I sold some Nike. I sold the Nike put spread. So let's check those out. Nike. I wasn't certain about this, but I'm like, this stock can't be going lower, because here we are. Let's pull up the weekly. You see how it is? I mean, it seems like a check back, and I think it wants to go higher. So I sold, so you can see I got my lines in there, and I'm like, man, this thing is going to be, type in that Nike. I have a lot of positions on here. Let's clear them out. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, you can't see behind my picture. Yeah, the 87.85s. $302 I spent, basically I'm going to make $98. I sold them for $98. I'm going to make $302. That is 2 of them. So actually 50, 48. Anyway, chart. What did I say it was? 87.85. Okay. So here we are. Wait a minute. No. That's not the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. Hold on. That's a position. I got an iron condor in it, and it's actually losing on the one side. I sold the 77. I sold the 82.5 and set to 77.5 for for $152. That sounds more likely. I was like $58. So I can lose $848. I sold it for $152. That's both of them combined. So 77 and a half. That puts it way down here. Right there. I'm basically saying in the next 40, 45, 50 days, it was somewhere around that, this stock is not going there. And then if it doesn't, and the longer it takes to not go there, the better I have a chance of losing money. Hey, the introvert is in the house. Says, hey, babe, how you doing? How's work? She's at work. She just bought some Twitter today. Isn't that right? Check it out. Look at that. I forgot to put the price you bought it at. But look at that. Look at this chart right here. And I hate when this thing does that. I don't know why this keeps changing. You see how, I mean, this is like a monthly. Now remember, monthly charts, when they start to show patterns, they're strong. They're the best patterns, because they're so strong. And see, you got this, what does that look like? It's kind of a cupish, handle-ish, cupish, handle-ish. And I think what Twitter's going to do, look at the stochastic turning, look at the volume just coming in right there. I don't know what's going on over here. Why is there no volume? I'm sure there was volume. I like it. I like it a lot. And let's pull out the weekly. I mean, look at the this is what I'm saying with the squeeze. So if you're watching, listen up. See the bands, the Bollinger Bands? It's squeezing. If the volatility is in and then it busts through, you see the expansion. That's what's happening with those the Bollinger Bands, because the volatility is expanding. So basically the stock, but it's pressure to the upside. All of these people, right? The stock is finally moving, so now people can make a decision. All of these people down here, I'm trying to draw my chart, right? All of these people now are winners, right? They all bought the stock. They are winning. They're not selling. See, there's no more pressure. But these guys right here, right? These are the guys that's going to sell. They're waiting. They're waiting to get their money back. They bought. Imagine use that guy that bought it at $47.79, right? You're like, oh man. Well, guess what? That dude is waiting, and hopefully there's enough buyers to take that out. And once it does, let's go back to the monthly. Look at the high. Look at the all-time high way down here in 2013. Can you imagine if Twitter makes a play for that? Now remember, Google sucked, right? It's like the Intel AMD thing. So if Google, is the money coming out of Google and possibly going into Twitter? Did Donald Trump make Twitter hot? Is this where he got in? I think this is where Trump got elected. And if you look at right here, November, December, January, this is his first month in office, right there. And then look, wasn't that damn near the bottom? And why are we talking about Trump and Twitter in the bottom? Because he tweets all the time. He has all kind of people, media. Everybody's reading his tweets. I don't. I actually had it set a long time ago because it was entertaining. But he'd be blowing up Twitter. Your phone be going off constantly. I'm like, you're out of here. I don't want to hear what you're saying. It's all BS anyway. But anyway, look, it's basically the bottom. And it comes up. Look at the bars. Look at the. Man, I like Twitter. I like Twitter a lot. So, babes, hopefully you catch a double. Hopefully this thing goes. And let me tell you something else about Twitter. It's a takeover candidate. Don't think Microsoft might not step in and buy it. Google might not step in and buy it. Facebook might step in and buy it. Anybody that wants to get into social media, and even Amazon, right? They might. This is the one that they would want to take out. So. Imagine if you sleep, you wake up and like, boom, Microsoft just buys Twitter for $60 a share. Everybody caught a double. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. And it's not going to happen with Facebook or Google. They damn near $1 trillion companies. But Twitter's not. Let's see what Twitter's worth. Back to FinViz. Twitter, $30 billion. So you don't think Microsoft has 30 billion, Google 30 billion, Facebook? Yeah, they got that. They can do it. You know, so if you do, let's do Google. Yeah, $803 billion, right? 30 billion ain't nothing. It's like, psst. It's like 5% of the company, or less than 5%. It's nothing, right? And then boom, all of a sudden they into social media, right? Facebook was up there, probably not. 554 billion. Yep. What is, and look at that chart, it's looking good. Look at the week, look at that. Look at that. Anyway, so I like Facebook too. And baby, if you still on, this is why I was like, oh no, Facebook, blah, 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 blah. It's making way into that big downdraft. And it's you know, a lot of resistance right there at that 200. What's that other company I just said? So I said Amazon. Oh, we already know these guys. I mean, people be like, what? Facebook's buying? I mean, Amazon. Imagine, all right, $912 billion they worth, right? I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 9, 18, 27, 30, 4% of the company. Can you imagine you wake up and Amazon buys Facebook? I mean, Twitter. Google's going to get destroyed on that news. Facebook is going to get destroyed on that news. And, you know, because they just think that everything Amazon touch goes to gold and everybody else is out of business. And that's not true. It's not true. I mean, but that's what happens, you know. It's unbelievable. But so, yeah, you never know. You never know. So I think that's a better stock to hold there, babe. I think that's a better stock. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Did we talk about all my trades today? Did we talk about them? I did Amazon. I sold some, it says it right there. That was a crack. I got that back. You know, 1885, 1895. I sold 1885. Let me see something. 1885 to 1895. Yeah, okay, I remember that. I sold the put spread a long time ago, and I finally got out of that thing. But in my other accounts with Amazon, because the Warren Buffett effect lasts for days, okay? It just does. People's going to want to get in because they think this man is a genius, and he's a good investor. I'll give him that. But he lost some money. Let's bring up the daily. Trying to see what's going right here. I sold them high. I didn't sell way out, but I sold the 1900. I sold puts under there because I do think it's going higher. I was looking at the day charts, and I'll show you exactly when I did it. See that 5-minute high, and right here, when it because once it opened, it started breaking down. I was like, look at that, and I was getting out of some of my long positions because I knew what this thing was going to do. Oh, got the wrong thing on. I knew what this thing was going to do. And sure enough, so I was getting out somewhere down here, selling my positions back. Because I remember I was shorted. And once that thing broke over that line with that bar and that volume, I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to revisit this 1900 no more. And I started selling right there. You can even see the little gray bar. And I think we're going to kind of just keep seeing that pressure to the upside. I think it's going to definitely test this 2050 high. Just like Apple did when he said he invested in that. Let's bring that up real quick and see if I can I'll show it to you. Hopefully it's still on the charts. Where was that at? Here, I bet you this was it right here. Look at that. Is that, yeah, 175 right there. Let's highlight this. Let's bring it over here. Okay, you see here it is. Can you see that above my head? And notice, I'm going to draw a line right here because that's the Buffett buy. Actually, it was probably a little further lower, but let's call it right there because I'm sure when it was somewhere in here and it was just constantly rising. But look, let's draw it over here. When it didn't really go back to the middle of the bar, it just kept rising. Only reason why it came down because that was the top of the market. Everything came down, right? And then at this line, I'm gonna say he bought. The word came out. I think it was 175. It was somewhere right around here. So, and look, there was even a little support. I just drew that, and you can see where it was holding on. That was the Buffett bottom. Anyway, blew through that, and I was like, oh man, Buffett's taking a huge hit. I wonder if he's buying down here at one. Oh, I thought it went down to 130. I take that back. The low was 142. I wonder if he's buying down here at 142. And maybe he was, I don't know. But it's going right back up. And this one will probably test a high. But now that Buffett said he's in Amazon, that might take the lead. But anyway, you can see back here, he said he was buying, and then it just kept going up. It was unbelievable. I remember that. Oh, you had left, babe? I was talking about you for a while. Yeah. Life like eyes, my babes. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, so that's what I like. I like Amazon now only because of that whole Buffett bottom we was talking about, and keep an eye on that 2000 because that's where it was. So we know, I think that's like the line in the sand. It should kind of hang up. It shouldn't to me revisit that. And that trend line is perfect, right? It's just gonna bounce along there. It's going to struggle at this high. The news, they're waiting to say, Amazon's an all-time high. They waiting to say that. And so when they want something to happen, for some reason, it happens. Then my computer just crashed. No, there it is. So there'll be some little struggle right there. And then, hey, it might bust through. And if it does, you know what that means? It means everybody that ever bought Amazon's a winner as long as they was holding it. And that means there's no one left to sell. And that means the stock just goes higher because the pressure, the selling pressure, there's just going to be none there. Right? Once it breaks these highs, that's why the people draw, it just goes higher. Right? It broke this high back here, it goes higher. Here's another one, and then this one is just going to go higher. And, one way to find good stocks is the new high list. Some people say the new low list. I like the new high list. Why? Because stocks that make new highs continue to make new highs. Maybe that's a video in itself, though. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, I noticed I got some late viewers. I'm getting ready to hang up. Do y'all got anything y'all want to throw into the conversation? I said hang up like I'm on a phone call. So we was talking about Apple. We talked about Amazon. We talked about the jobs number. We talked about Facebook. We talked about NVIDIA. We talked about AMD, right? We talked about the chips in general. We talked about the Russell 2000. By the way, the Russell and Amazon is what I like. And remember Chipotle? Let me talk about that real quick because I said yesterday, oh man, I love this. A little disappointed that it's not in the move. It's not doing nothing here. So I don't know. I know it's toppy. It should be moving, so I might have to get out of Ultra. Actually, I sold puts under there. I don't know if I need to get out. I don't know. It's setting up for a good this monthly, and even though that just started, this is a good pattern right here, right? So I like this. So we'll see. But why is it down today? I don't know. Anyway, she blew me some kisses. Yeah, so it says messages. Somebody sent me a message. Hold on, y'all. All right. Yeah, so Chipotle. Why did I talk about Chipotle? Oh, because that's what I should have talked about. Anyway, so Amazon and Russell. The Russell. Yeah, I want to bring it up this one last time because I just like that. If you remember, it was the same thing. This was the same thing in Facebook, which I pounded the table and I said, Facebook, I'm buying. It's the greatest chart ever. It was like it's the perfect picture chart of when the breakout starts. And that's what's happening with Russell. Look at that. Look at that, man. Ugh, it's cup in hand. Just put a cup and a plate on it. So Facebook, watch this. Watch this. You see what happened here? See the breakout? See that? It's the same thing. Watch this. Let me see. Right? It's the same thing. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, you looking at that? Let's bring up the Russell. There it is. What do you see? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Same thing. Same thing. Okay, so I'm just saying we can go back and forth. Let's go back and forth one more time. There's the Russell. And you see what Facebook did. And here's Facebook. Right? Oh, I drew it too long. Same thing. Right? And then look what happened to Facebook. And it's still on its way. So what's going to happen to the Russell? It's going to be on its way. And I think that's what's going to kind of power the market in general. Past these to new, just keep going, So, and that's why I keep talking about it. That's why I keep Double D. Yo, I'm late to the party. Yo, you can always press, watch the replay. I think we did good, Double D. I talked about a lot of good things, a lot of the same things because I talk about the same things. But Cashmatic talked about. He brought up AMD in the video, and I was telling him how I like AMD over in the video. We talked about money changing stocks, right? Like rotation. I think we talked about some good things. I need to open up my, I need you guys to participate so I can just have things on my mind. I'm so focused, man. I'm so focused on what's working for me, right? So I want to see what's working for you and talk about it. But, and that's why, I'm on the same thing, but, I hit it hard. I was hitting the Amazon hard, right, in the beginning. Go back in the videos. I was hitting Facebook hard. Go back. I was hitting Tesla. Did I hit Tesla? No, I think I missed Tesla. I hit Starbucks hard. Go back and check that out. If you remember the Starbucks breakout, you got to go way back for this one. I mean, but look at that thing. Just straight line up. I was on this. I was on this early. I was on it way over here. And right now, so I'm hitting Amazon hard is basically what I'm saying. And that's why I keep talking about it. Amazon and actually the Russell. The Russell is the one. And with that jobs number, right, that means everybody's working. The lowest unemployment in 50 years or whatever. Most of the small caps are right here. They're United States companies. They're not those multinationals. So people's going to start buying it. It was the perfect ingredient to make this thing pop. That's why it's up 1.13%. Let's see what the SPY is up. It's 0.73. It's double. No, it's not quite a double. But you see where the money is going? It's going into small caps because that jobs number is good for them. So that's where you can hang out. And, I don't really have a fave of it. It's just, so since I'm selling options, and I don't have to worry about that single stock risk, that's what I'm buying. I'm buying the Russell, Double D. I got something to share with you. What's up? And then we talked about Twitter too, Double D. How I like Twitter a lot in the long run. You remember how I told you the call credit spreads were hurting me? Well, instead of an iron condor, I sold bull puts on Amazon and did an out-of-money debit spread. Worked perfectly. You did an out-of-money debit spread? You mean an out-of-money credit spread? Right? You mean credit spread. Wait, remember you told it was hurting me? Well, I did an iron condor. Well, instead of an iron condor, I sold bull puts. That means you did credit spreads on the puts on Amazon and did an out-of-the-money debit spread. Right? Yeah, I'm waiting for you to come back. I think that's what you mean. Anyway, yeah, I had I opened up today. I was talking. I sold. I was a little bearish on Amazon, but not long term. I just had a 14-day call spread where I sold it, meaning I didn't think it was going to get as high as 260. Debit on the top side. Gotcha. You mean what's your numbers? What exactly did you sell? I'm confused, right? Because if it goes up, that means you want to sell some puts. That means you sold, say, the one night. Let me bring it up. I don't even know where it's trading. That means you sold, say, the 1900 and you bought the 1895, right, for credit. Anyway, so what was I saying? Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. By the way, look at this weekly. I'm just looking at it. Look at the volatility expand. See that squeeze right here? You see it? Look at that right there, huh? And now it's expanding. It's expanding that way. This is expanding that way, meaning it's just going up. It's being squeezed right now. A volatility squeeze. So, and that's why I think it's going to the upside. I want to show you something, Double D, but I forgot. But I'm glad you figured out that whatever it is, the out of the money thing, it's working for you. Like, yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I sold some. I sold some. Let's do an hourly. Will that explain? Look at all these lines I got drawn. All right, so you can see what happened here. Let's do it this way. This is the hourly, right? And let's scroll that off. And you can see how it was getting weak, right? And I was like, you know what? I don't think it's going to revisit this. So I was way up here and sold that 265 or whatever just for like 14 days just to try to make a little bit of money. And I didn't think this thing was going to go back up because the market was getting weak. And, so I'm like, let me sell that. And I also had stuff sold down here. And then boom, look at that, straight up to the top of the upper Bollinger Band, and it's just going. And it's kind of almost blew me out. I took those positions with a loss, and I was crushed by that. So my credit spreads made money. Yeah, I lost about $400 to $500 on Amazon. It's not like that now. It gained some of that back, but immediately when the market opened, that's where I was. And most of that, I sold six 190s, 175s, whatever it was, like 1960s, 1965, 6 of them. So, and only for like 90 cents. And I had to close them out at 190, close them out at $1, basically $1 loss each, which is $100. Sorry to confuse, but I'm making the money on the bull puts well below the market. And my other leg, I did bull call debit spreads, okay, above the mark. I got you. You bought those debit spreads. Yeah, you basically bought a call, but and then I got you. Anyway, but a spread. I don't know. I just don't know how to manage the trade, but it was a cheap trade. Well, you did excellent today. If you did that before this pop, because that was awesome. Anyway. That was awesome with this, and I was saying, Warren Buffett's in it. Generally, it just continues to go higher. It's like a 3-day thing, even more. Sorry, we're making a bull put well below the market, and on my other leg, I did the bull call. Yeah, you was on it. I wish I would have did that. So I did bull puts, and then I did bear calls, and I was heavy on the calls. And I think I didn't mean to be that heavy. I logged into my account and I was like, oh my God, I sold 6 of them. Oh, it was like, I'm like, I think I had a fat finger. I think, because remember, I trade 3 accounts. Something went wrong, and I don't know what I was thinking. I wish that when you put a trade in, there's a notes section. and you could put down why you putting that trade on. I know some people, oh, keep a journal. Oh, they got websites you can journal. I ain't got time for that. I barely got time for, I just try to keep it up here, but I fail at it. Anyway, I had to get out. And I only got out because, and it was a good thing because I got out somewhere down here, 1939. Look at it, it's all the way up 1957. The reason why I got out because the Warren Buffett thing, I just know it continues to go up. It just goes up, So I was like, oh, forget it. I just take the loss now. I had another 14 days and I could have kept my fingers crossed, but I don't want it to open tomorrow up another 20, 30. Amazon will run on you. Amazon will make 200 points like that. It's a $2,000 stock, so the thing will run on you, so we had all of this resistance. This is the hourly chart, I should have drawn a box, but look how it's breaking out of this area. Now it's up here. So what's stopping it? And pull back. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, what's stopping it? These guys way over here, right? These guys that bought last September, so that's what's on my fat finger. Yeah, babe. Don't make me laugh. Oh man, the bear calls hate us. Yeah. Oh yeah. And remember, I was just saying, I'm telling you, when I sell calls, I lose. I lose all the time. So I think the lesson I was saying to myself today, I'm not selling any more calls. I don't care if the market's crashing down. I just buy puts. I'll probably do better than that than selling calls because you don't get a lot of credit for those calls. You can't. The way it's structured, volatility goes down as you go out of the money with the calls. Volatility goes up as you go down on the puts. But then if you buy a spread, I can't get into all of that. But anyway, I always get blown out of the calls all the time. All my losing trades has to do with some kind of call spread I had going on, and then. I'm chasing I'm moving up the lower leg like an iron condor. So let's say if I just sold calls, I'll go ahead and sell a put spread, a credit spread below it to kind of close up to get some of that money back. And I'm constantly chasing it and chasing it and chasing it. And it's like, I just say, forget it. I'll take the loss. I don't like chasing it. I don't like doing those adjustments. So, we should do a video on adjustments because adjustments is you just fighting a trade, in my opinion. Like, oh, roll it out, roll it down and out. All you did was basically put on another trade. You're just trying to make that trade work when you could take that money or effort and put it in something else that's going to work, and you're just fighting that same trade. But you really lost the money. You just put on another trade to try to get that money back. It's a revenge trade, right? So it's I don't see it as the same trade. I see it as a revenge trade. So a lot of times I just say, you know what, I just take the loss, I'm out, and then focus something else. Just lose that because it'll be bothering me. Oh man, you just feel like you're fighting it, I just move on. You can do that for months and months and months. And eventually, you can never really have a losing trade as long as, because you'll eventually catch up. You keep getting small credits by moving, doing different things, moving the other side up, and then eventually you get all your money back and you can get out of the trade. Double down. You've been killing it though. The market just wants a few dollars back from you. Let me see if I could. Yeah, I got my stuff blocked. What I got today? Check it out. Check it out, Double D. Can you see this? PL for the day right here. Look at the bottom. There's the total. Boom! Boom! I just showed you the other day $2,000. Here's another 3,300. So I'm doing well. I'm really doing well. So I only lost a few hundred, but I'm killing it. I am killing it. I'm trying to be modest here, but this is why I'm trying to teach you, man, or anybody that's watching. Forget the universe of 7,000 stocks. Find what's working and milk that shit out. Find a cow that has all the milk and don't leave it until there's no more milk. Okay? And that's what I do. I just find what's working, find how these stock trades, get some favorite stocks and just learn it. You know, I like these stocks, these big stocks, because now you can get blown out, okay? As much as I'm up, I know it could be the other way. But they give you, I just lost my lighting. They give you good credits. They give you good credits when you're out because they're so volatile. And we know people want this. We know all the mutual funds and everybody wants to buy. You saw Warren Buffett buying. You can get out of the money and you don't necessarily, let's say, like you could continue to roll a stock like Amazon if you're losing because eventually people's gonna want to buy it back. Right? This is going to be one of the first stocks to go back in the down market. Those stocks, and because that's where the growth is at. What else is growing like this company? Well, there's companies out there. I can't really say that. But companies where a mutual fund or a hedge fund can dump millions of dollars without running the stock up, And it's companies like this, So that's my thing. I'm just milking it. And when the cow has no more milk, I'll find something else. And so that's that. And Russell, this is a milker right now. This is a cow full of milk. Okay. It's a watch. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a video and y'all going to see some big ass. I'm going to show you what you're going to see. You're going to see this green bar. You're going to see something like this and it's going to be a green bar. And I'm going to be like, I told you. I told you. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen, So, that's why I don't like day trading. It's just too hard. I think this is easier. We have time. We could take our time and look at it. We don't have to rush into the trade. I got a ripper. I missed it. I'm out. And all that. We could just kind of look at it, grow, develop. And as long as the market behaves right in general, and most likely your trades can work. Just take your time. Look at the curve. This is the, is that the Bollinger Band? I get so confused with this one. This is the Bollinger Band, I think, has a 20 moving day average in it. And look at that curve to the upside. Look at the crossover right here. There's so many things going right with this chart. So I really like it a lot. I'm looking over here, almost a little similar action right there. Almost. But let me see, what is this? It's been 3 days. Yes, indeed. Life, like I said, has been 3 days. We have a little inside joke. Basically, I need to be hitting that every 3 days. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, Can you adopt me? Fire. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You've been killing it. Okay, yeah, thanks. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I lost a lot of money as well. But yeah, I'm not even looking at P&L. I have in this video. And I want to put it out there early, just so you know that I know a little bit. I notice people that you can go through their video feed and they don't tell you anything. Why are you making video? I don't know. I just want you to know that there's some validity of some of the stuff that I talk about, but I'm not the greatest. I don't know all the technical terms, the lingo. I don't know about the economy or, I don't know a lot of things. I just taking my time, and I'm still learning. I'm still doing different types of, see, look at this is what I'm saying. I can't even think of the words. Option positions. So, you got I'm venturing into the strangle world on smaller stocks, by the way. Strangles, the Jade Lizard. I tried a Jade Lizard. So I'm still kind of seeing what works better. But what's been working is call debit spreads, call credit spreads, and calendars has been working. You can't really see. I made a lot of money right here where it was consolidating, Same with Amazon. You can't really make a lot of money if that thing is running on you. But if it looks like it's consolidating, sell a calendar. I got one on Chipotle right now. See what it's doing? And where is it now? 705. It's down. I think I might get out this whole position. It's scaring me. Why is it down on a huge up day? The market's up 0.85. It's almost up a full percentage, and Chipotle's jerking around. That's always a telltale sign. If the market wasn't this strong, the thing would be down harder. So after I do this video, I just might close all my Chipotle's or put something bearish on. Let me see where I'm on these things. But yeah, still the same. Open. This open numbers is off because I close positions open it. Yeah, it's not accurate of what's going on. But let's go back to the chart. Yeah, that's what's up. So anyway, yeah, and then yesterday, the last couple of days, I think yesterday was a down day. I was still up. I got, yeah, I wish if Amazon didn't hit me so hard today. Oh man, I'm just mad. It hit me hard. I can't believe it up 60. It figures. Warren Buffett's buying Amazon. I gotta go. It figures. Give me a couple more days. And I could have nailed that trade. So I actually lost, like I said, $500 on that. It was going to be, anyway, like I said, call. I lose these call spreads. Stocks are not supposed, anyway, I don't know. The trend is your friend and follow it. So basically, if the stock is going up, don't even try to call the top because I don't know. I guess if like it's going down, you're catching a 9. Oh, you know what's something? I killed M&M. Shit. This. Yeah, it's coming back down. Anyway, I sold credit spreads on 3M. I said this. Let me see. Look at a good chart to look at. Why isn't the hourly working? Where the hell is it? I lost my hourly. Oh, this is it? Let me go to the daily. I'm not liking it. Anyway, you can see what's happening here. Let me come right here, right? Let's go with that low. So I sold somewhere down here, 175. And if you go out, you can get a pretty decent credit. Here's the low. I think it's gonna rebound. People want to get in 3M. What is it trading at? It's got a 3% yield. I mean, it's a conglomerate. I mean, this thing is a multinational. They probably just had a bad year, so. And I'm making pretty good money on it. I made it on the downside. I actually had call credit spreads up here. You see all of that? And I can't believe I caught that. I just caught that, and I got out. And now I'm selling down here. I think with yesterday's rally, and there was a rally today. Let me go. Actually, it was a drop. Yeah, yesterday it was holding up. It just was above the market. So the market was shitty, and this was doing good. Then it pounced up. I don't like this, how it's coming down. I thought it would kind of still ride up. But I think we found some kind of support in 3M. So, I don't know. I took a shot. I didn't go big, though. I didn't go big at all because I'm still scared. I don't know, but I think this stock is not going to, this is a good stock. This is a great company. They just had a bad quarter, a bad year, or whatever. So, look at that. It's right there. It's right. Where's my line at? It's basically, we're in the vicinity. Of, where is my line at? Hold on, y'all. Here. Could I get a yellow line? There's the vicinity. See, we are in the vicinity of that bottom. It's not the greatest support line, but this is the time to sell under there. This is gonna hold, right? And the premiums, it's not paying great premiums, but it's okay. And I think this is something you could venture into. So like I sold one, and if I start to see it come up, if we can get a good green bar on the weekly, I might go ahead and venture in to sell more. So I got in early. Look at the huge spike. It's showing signs of a bottom. Valden. Hey, what's up? Valden Gear. I appreciate you checking in. And hey, I like to take questions, not necessarily questions. We talk stocks, man. What are you trading? You know, um, check out my other videos. You know, I try to do this every day, and I've been pretty successful at it. I do photography. See, I'm introducing myself like, hey, like I'm your new friend. I do photography, I do trucking, and then I trade on the side, and I just kind of go over. I don't know. I just started this new thing. So that's what if you go back in my videos, you'll see that I did a lot of photography videos, 350 or so. Did a lot of trucking videos. Now I'm doing a lot of stock videos. And that's why it's called This Is Dre. It was about photography. It's about This is Dre. This is what I do. So it's everything about me. You know, I might do videos where I'm not even talking about stocks. I just want to, I'm talking my mind. So I'm all over the place. All over the place. Yeah, Ben, you've been in here since a long time? A long time today? Or a long time, since I started the channel. That's it. I was like, great. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I got like 17,000 subscribers, something like that. I think I'm showing them. I don't think I got them hidden. And when I started talking about stocks, it's weird, man. I lost hundreds of subs. And the thing that gets me is now I'm talking about money. I'm talking about, hey, how you can make money, something that can change your life, makes, do things with, and people say, I'm not interested, I'm out. I don't know, doesn't get it. So basically, if I like cars, let's say, and I follow a car guy, right? Car guy, he's next thing you know, he's talking about trading stocks, and I'm going through the feed. I'm like, I don't know, it's just gonna interest me. It's gonna be like, what's my favorite car guy? What is this he's doing? Hey, oh, okay. Maybe it's something I should get into. I don't get it. They just say, I'm out. It's something that everybody does. It's something that you should be doing. It's something that everybody should be doing. You should be investing in any kind of way. Now, not necessarily, you don't have to day trade or swing trade. What are we doing? Sell up. You be buying into your 401k, your IRA, and I don't know about that whole buy and hold thing though, because every 10 years we're getting wiped out. We're losing all the gains, So I think we have to take more control of our finances, and that's why you do have to learn how to trade. You got to learn how to get out or just alter your portfolio, because if you keep buying, I mean, it's been working, but like I'm getting older, so if we have a big downturn, I don't got another 10 years for it to come back. I don't. So we have to be more vigilant. Did I get that right? in our investing, take more charge, because that's what's been happening. If you've been holding on for years and years, you're at the top, man. Your portfolio is huge because you was buying low and buying high as well. But now, when you get older, you're supposed to kind of slim your stock positions. But you know what I'm basically saying. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, this video is long as hell, man. All right, so I appreciate everybody watching. I really do. We'll get on here Monday, and we'll talk stocks. I'll probably come over on the weekend. I'm gonna do like I said, a little segment with my girl, Life Like I. Go check her out. She's Life Like I on Twitter as well, and Life Like I on YouTube. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. We're gonna talk about the different sectors, and we're gonna talk about what's the stock doing and stuff. But yeah, man. Oh yeah. Another way I've been killing it, by the way, when stocks is moving like Facebook, and I just may do this again. I don't know. They say I like selling options, right? Selling is where you can make that consistent money. But when stocks are running,
I'm not sure.
It's Alexa. When stocks are running, it just may be time to buy calls, like you did Double D, a call. You said a call debit spread, right? So they're running. Take advantage of it, especially look at longer term, not the longer term options, right? So that's what I think Amazon is doing. All right, so I'm out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I kind of lost my light in this video. I got a little video light, and this thing eats up some batteries. I did a review on it. It's garbage. I can do like 2 or 3 of these and then it's gone. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you have a good weekend. I, you know, look at the volatility. Look at the squeeze. I'm telling you, Amazon, it's going to 2050. And I got to figure out a trade that's going to make me take advantage of this thing getting to 2050. I might just buy a call spread where I'm buying it. What's the price now? The 1959 to the 2050. So it's like $100 range, and take advantage of this thing reaching a new high within the next 2 months. So maybe like a 60-day call spread, the 1959 to the 2050, because it's going there. It's going there. Okay, so yeah, I might just do that or something like that. Or maybe in the lead. I don't know. I got to figure it out yet. I got to figure out. You want that pullback, but it's not happening. When was the last pullback? Look, I just can't end this video. March 4th. This is the weekly. Remember, look at weeklies. It kind of smooths it out. March 4th. Oh, it's May 3rd. You can't catch it. That's why you just got to get in. When you see a bar like this, you see that little consolidation, nobody knew what to do, April 8th, that was the time to get in, because there's been no pullbacks. Now it seems like it's a bad time, but I don't know, man. It's probably a good time, because look at this. This is a good solid bar last week, and this one's setting up to be the same, right? So it's probably actually a good time. People are like, oh man, it's up 58 points. I can't do it. Well, guess what? Watch Monday be up another 35, and then what? And then Tuesday, I got to get it down so I can get in. Then Tuesday's up another 25, then next thing you know, it's at an all-time high, and now you really don't want to buy it. All it takes is, wait a minute, that's not the all-time high, is it? Let me go to where's my monthly? Yeah, 2050. So, right, we only, hold on, 2050 minus 1959. We're only 91 points away, right? So I want to put a trade on that's going to take advantage of that spread. Look at the monthly right here. I got the Bollinger Band. See, we got room. We got room on that. It's not topping that top Bollinger Band yet. It's a pretty good chart right there. Looking at the monthly. And then once we hit that, be out. So that's my plan. I need to find that plan. Look at the expansion on the stochastic. Said monthly is looking good. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. How many times did I say that? Check me out on Monday. Just stay tuned, hit the bell, and I'm gonna come back and make a video over the weekend probably. And check me out on Instagram. I can't even tell you what it is. I think it's This Is Dre 1. And Twitter, This Is Dre. No, Twitter's EMIPTV. I wasn't able to change my call sign to This Is Dre. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate you. And happy trading. I will see y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.